Right, so those are the past awardees. They're all very special people. So take that time to talk to someone who knew Terry. You will not be so disappointed. You will be amazed at the kind of person he was and what he meant. With that, I'd like to call up Mark McDaniel, who's going to present the Terrence R. DuVernay Art of Leadership Scholarship Awards.
Sorry. Gave him bad advice. First of all, I have to, Gary, I would say today that Terry is looking down here today with that big grin he get on his face, and he's looking at you going, great job, Gary, great leadership. As Gary mentioned, Terry impacted a lot of us, and I'm one of those that got direct impact of Terry's being and how caring he was, because at the time, for whatever reason, he saw something in me that I didn't see, and he got my head refocused on something that he thought I could do a better job at, and thus I entered into the world of nonprofits, and he was right. I found my niche, and while he was alive, he always was behind me, messing with me, always pushing me, always challenging me, always bringing opportunities that I didn't know he was the guy that was sending these people to me to work with. But he was always there, and even now that he's gone, he's still there all the time. When I think about new opportunities, when our group gets together, because we have a lot of people that worked with Terry very closely, and they bring the spirit of him every day to work. So he has deep roots in this state. Even though he was from New Orleans, he still has very, very deep roots in Michigan. And that's why we celebrate the way we are today. And this year's recipient is one of those that is very, very deserving of this award and what Terry's life was about, and the passion and the care that Terry had for people. Today's recipient feels the same way and has performed his entire professional career with that in mind. Art of Leadership organization is a group that was celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. And it was a vision that Denise Stein, the founder, executive director, had, that she brought to us 10 years ago about bringing executive leadership skills to youth. And as we are working in neighborhoods and trying to transform communities, we realize we're all very, very good at building physical assets, aren't we? We're really good at doing that. But one of the things that we forget about is sometimes about the people who are going to live in those assets, and where do they come from? Why do they want to be in that neighborhood? Why do they want to stay in that neighborhood? And a lot of that answer is, where are my kids going to go to school? What's the quality of that school? What's the quality, how engaged is that school in the life of the community? And we realize that as we're making millions of dollars investments in housing, that we didn't have the educational system at the table with us. And so we went to Denise and said, this idea, Art of Leadership, is that something that we could maybe develop and bring into the communities where we're making these investments, and bring that into whatever the school is in that neighborhood, that we could bring that program into kids in 6th grade and have that follow all the way through high school, and teach them about what it is to have a vision and be a leader in their community. And she ran with that. And we have jointly worked together on creating the Art of Leadership program. It started in Detroit, but now we're serving over 500 students all across Michigan. We've had 3 graduating classes now, 4 graduating classes out of that. We have had a 100% graduation rate with everybody in our program. When you're looking at communities where we're working, where the average graduation rate is 25%, it says something about the success and the idea of this program. So, in keeping with Terry, and Terry had a great passion for kids, And when he passed away, we worked with the family, and we created, at that time, the Terry DuVernay Foundation. And the CAP fund, for this event every year, we put $5,000 into the foundation, and the family never could quite figure out what they wanted to do with it, other than the fact they wanted to go as college scholarships or some type of scholarship program for kids graduating from high school. So we went to them a few years ago, went to the family and said, hey, we've got this program, and it fit into everything that Terry was about. And the family agreed to take that foundation and support the Art of Leadership program and give scholarships to graduates of the program who compete for the scholarship. So this year, these are 3 scholarship award recipients that won the competition, and they are examples of the youth that I hope all of us, our future is in their hands. When you hear them speak, you'll know why. But this year's recipients are Kirk Young. You come up, Kirk. Amber Hinton. And Kayla Young.
Good afternoon. My name is Kirk Young, and the 3 of us would like to thank the DuVernay family for their generosity. This is my 7th year in the Art of Leadership program. This program has impacted my life in numerous ways. The Art of Leadership program has improved my cooperation skills with others. In high school, often there are times where students have group projects. The leadership skills that this program has instilled in me have helped me to become an effective asset when it comes to these assignments, ultimately my group earning an A on that assignment. I am graduating from Renaissance High School in Detroit, and in the fall I will be a student at Michigan State University. Yeah. Go Green. I will study computer engineering. My personal life vision is to improve the education of Detroit, thus creating a better environment for the city. I will use my education to achieve my vision by creating media centers throughout the city of Detroit with the most updated technology, assisting students with math and reading. And now I would like to introduce Amber Hinton.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amber Hinton. I have been in Art of Leadership for 7 years now. Art of Leadership's biggest impact on my life is that they showed me that I could make a difference. They became a family away from my own family. They took me out of my comfort zone because I used to be a really shy person. And as you can see now, it's not that way anymore. I'll be graduating from Communications and Media Arts High School in Detroit, Michigan. I'll be attending University of Michigan Dearborn, and I'll be studying. I'll be studying biochemistry, criminal justice, and business. My personal life vision is for a world where everyone is equal. This world is made up of the haves and the have-nots, and I feel that that needs to change. I plan to use my education to achieve my vision by helping people and making them feel equal. And now I would like to introduce my friend Kayla.
Hi, my name is Kayla Young, and I attend Southfield Christian High School. This fall, I plan to attend Michigan State University and major in athletic training. The biggest impact I've had from Art of Leadership is the ability to open up more and put my social skills to use to help others in any way that I can. My personal life vision is to help individuals become confident in themselves in order to do the best that they can to reach the goals that they set for themselves. By becoming an athletic trainer, I will have the opportunity to come in contact with individuals in need of healing for their bodies or who want to make physical improvements to their bodies. I will be able to assist them in taking the next step to reach their highest level of potential and prepare them to ultimately help others who are in life circumstances similar to those in which they started off in themselves. We would like to thank the DuVernay family for these scholarship awards, and we promise to use this to pursue our personal life visions. Thank you.
Very nice. Thanks.
What do you think? Great kids, right? It's our future. I can't say that we can't do enough to encourage this kind of work because I think one of the things I'm going to suggest to Mark that when he started handing out these scholarship awards, that they be kind of like public service, that they can't leave the state either after they're done. They have to stay in Michigan. We can't lose any more of our young people. If you were to look in your award booklets, you would find a description of our next awardee. I'm not going to read it. I've known Carl Gotting ever since I've been at MISTA. If Terry DuVernay was our grandfather, then Carl Gotting is our great uncle. He has been he is a partner with how we all fondly refer him to as Loomis Law. A bunch of the attorneys and staff are sitting over here. Next to Great Lakes Capital Fund, I think MISTA loses more staff to Loomis than anybody else, which is good, you know, we've got a lot of friends out there. But Carl, he's I think the way I describe him, he's a gentleman. He's highly intelligent. He is probably one of those behind-the-scenes warriors that has just made our industry run right. You can't always listen to us crazy people out front who are just coming up with all kinds of different ideas. They got to work, and they got to make sense. And Carl's one of those people that's done that. And it's not just been his profession, it's been his passion. He's given a lot of his time to work on his work with groups that he is a part of. He's a part of on the board of Edgemont, who has been a nonprofit housing organization with some projects in East Lansing. He has freely given consult and advice. He's certainly done that with me over the years as I've progressed in this organization. So he has just been a stalwart. He is certainly a person who deserves this award. Those of us who have known him feel that there's probably no better person in our industry that exemplifies Terry DuVernay's character and values and compassion for the work we do than Carl Gotting. Carl? Carl, it's on behalf of the Terrence R. DuVernay Award Committee and the Planning Committee for the Michigan Conference on Affordable Housing that we would like to present you with this Terrence R. DuVernay Award on behalf of your great achievement and contributions to the affordable housing industry in Michigan.
I'd like to thank Gary for those kind remarks, and good afternoon to everybody. Let me say from the start that I consider the award given in honor of Terry DuVernay an honor of the highest magnitude. It's given in memory of a giant man that we've already referred to as a giant man in the affordable housing industry whom I and all that knew him held in the highest regard as a person and as an administrator. I've worked with MISTA since the early 1970s when, as a young attorney, I helped Edgewood Village Nonprofit Housing Corporation develop Edgewood Village, a 135-unit Section 236 development for families and elderly in Meridian Township, East Lansing, Michigan. The development got me started on a very satisfying and rewarding 40-year legal career in the affordable housing industry. It was something that I found I had a passion for, and I hope everybody in this room can find that passion. I have, over the 40 years, worked extensively with the agency and with every executive director of the agency, from Bill Rosenberg, the first director, to